today, we've left out a whole chunk, a whole section, a whole chapter of the Alvis story. That concerning Graber. Chris, tell us about Graber.
As you quite rightly said, it is now the end of the day. And here is the example of the end of the story. When Graber designed his coachwork in Switzerland, and it was so looked on very favourably in England, Alvis commissioned Graber designs to be made by this company, which was Willowbrook. They only made a few of these as a sort of pilot to test them in the marketplace. And then production went, of course, to Park Ward, where the story ended. But we have today perhaps the biggest collection of the true Graber designs made in Switzerland. We have an aficionado here who will tell us far more than I will ever know on these cars. Or bodies, not the cars.
And that aficionado is Ken Cameron. Ken, thanks very much for looking after us so well today and giving us such a fabulous display.
Well, that's very kind of you to say that, Patrick. It isn't down to me. We have had a committee that's worked tirelessly for many months, but I'm glad it's turned out so well. And it's particularly fitting to have an event here to celebrate 50 years of Graber. This is the largest collection of Graber cars we have ever seen in the UK, and there are cars here that have never been to the UK before, including a four-door. Now, Hermann Graber began his association with Alvis originally in the late 1940s, when he built a couple of bodies under subcontract for the Alvis importer in Switzerland. And then he decided that the chassis offered him a great opportunity to build a low-volume car for his clientele, more or less a bespoke clientele of mainly Swiss customers, and started on the 3-litre chassis. And the very first car was exhibited 50 years ago this year at the Geneva Salon in March of 1951. And for that reason we were able to get together with our friends from the Graber Freunde, which is the Swiss Graber Appreciation Society, and they have given us great support, as have members of that group who are as far away as Holland and in various other parts of Europe. It really has been a pleasure to see so many different models, and you will see that Graber's approach was that he had a basic outline for a model year, and he would then, with the customer, make slight changes, little bit here, little change there, and because everything was handmade, every panel was hand formed, every piece of chrome work was handmade, he was able to make those changes. And the man was an artist with steel and with aluminium. He sadly died in 1970, but having left us with a legacy of cars that we're very proud of. He also, as Chris was saying earlier, has made a very important contribution to Alvis, because in the late 1950s the market for the Alvis was dying quickly, and Alvis all but gave up car production, and chassis went across to a small number of chassis went to Graber. He made some design drawings and built a couple of cars that the Alvis company liked so much they bought two, and that really gave the company another 10 years in the car market. So that was very special, and it really has it's been nice to see representative examples like the one here, like the Willowbrook, that show that link between the Swiss and the English, between the chassis maker and the body maker.
Tell us about yours.
Well, mine is one of the last that was made. It was laid down, in fact left the Alvis works in June of 1966, and it took about 5 months to build the body on it. It was delivered to an industrialist in Switzerland, to his design, and stayed with him for 11 years. It then passed on to another Swiss owner who kept it for 22 years. And I happened to be in the right place at the right time in Switzerland when a good friend told me there was a chance of buying it. So 10 o'clock the following morning I was in the driving seat, and 10 o'clock the morning after that